doing this afternoon? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Let me go on and take off this coat, y'all, because the girl is feeling a little warm, and I should have did this before I went live, but that's all right. That's all right. We gonna do this. Let's get it off. Let's get it off. So how's everybody on this lovely day? Today we've been having some decent weather. Um, there is some drilling going on around here where I'm doing this video. So I'm gonna try to talk louder so you guys can hear me. Maybe they will stop the drilling. That's one thing about doing my videos in the afternoon in my vehicle. Let me roll up this window. That may help. Let me roll up this window. That's a little better, but a girl can't breathe. But anyway, yeah, this is a wonderful day today. It's been better. It wasn't as bad as far as traffic was concerned. With the commute thing, the day has been pretty productive, full staffing. Man, I'm feeling pretty cool. So, what I wanted to talk about a little bit today was I'm trying to put this steering wheel down some, y'all. It won't go down. I think this is it. Okay, you know, about settling. Settling. And I'm not talking about settling. I'm talking about settling. You know, when we seem to put ourselves in situations that we settle for it the way it is, and that's all. You know we deserve more. We know we want more. We know we need more. But we go right on ahead and settle for things being the way it's given to us, the way it is. Say, for instance, if you're dealing with someone who is only going to give you a little bit of time, a little bit of affection, a little bit of love, a little bit of everything, okay? You then find yourself settling because you want more. You see what I'm saying? You want and deserve more, but they only want to give you what they give you. So instead of being without, some will go head on and just take it as it is and find themselves losing out on being satisfied in the way that they feel they deserve or need. So why do some settle? And you know, some people have this fear of being alone. I gotta roll down that other window, y'all, because it's stuffy. They have this fear of being alone by themselves without anyone to call their own, and growing old with, entering the mature stages of life with, and this and that. So they'll find themselves just settling for the first thing that comes their way that seem to kind of like them or whatever. They'll just settle for something real serious with them. And that's not cool. It's not cool. Because what you do is you shortchange yourself and really getting to know what it is that you need, and to know if the connection is in a way that is worth you bringing that person in your life on a permanent basis. And that's why you have some that run down to the chapel real quick and get married, because they feel like, man, I better hurry up and do this. My clock is ticking and I don't want to be alone. So let me go on and just marry this dude, or let me marry this girl, because I care about them, they care about me. So let me just do this. And you find yourself getting into things that you didn't even know really who this person was. So we settle. What is the root of that? What causes one to put themselves in a situation to settle. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. Never shortchange your wants, needs, or desires just to have a space filler. I call it a space filler. Yeah, it's lonely at times being alone. Um, God put us here so that we can come together and procreate and be together as one. But you have to use discernment and patience and time in finding that right someone. Never suppress your worth for another just to have a space filler. And there's a lot of people that do that, and they'll tell you in a minute, well, man, it's better than being alone. They just mad because they ain't got nobody and I do. And now they mad at me too. No, no, no. A lot of times it ain't even about that. It's just people who care about you, that genuinely care about you. They can see a lot clearer than you can on the outside looking in. So if you have that good friend that you trust or that good family member that you trust and they're giving you some game, you need to pay attention sometime. Sometimes you need to pay attention. And it's not always that they're trying to crush what you're doing or they're jealous. There may be a little small percentage that does happen. That sometimes you do have haters and they don't want you to excel. They don't want you to have anybody because they don't. And sometimes you do run into that. And you know, you got to be aware of that too. You have to really be in tune with self and know exactly what's coming against you and handle it accordingly. But again, I ask, why do we settle? Why do we allow ourselves to be put in situations that we knew from the gate was not good for us? We knew for the gate was not deserving of us. But we went on and we kept ourselves engaged in it just because. Is that something that's going on with us? Is it because your self esteem is jaded, or you may not love yourself in the way that you should, or you're just scared? Some people have what they call abandonment issues. So they don't do well when people disconnect from them or they can't connect with people. And when they do have the connection with someone, they want to hold on to it for dear life because if it doesn't work out, they feel like they've been let down and abandoned yet again. And so those are personal things that you need to work on and grow with, to get past that, you know. But we all have our stories to tell. We all have our issues. We all are not perfect. So you have to be more in tune with what's going on with you before you can incorporate someone else into your zone and try to be responsible for the both of you. And that goes on to say, you know, like some men who find themselves um, ready for marriage because they don't want to be alone anymore, but they're really not marrying material. They're not ready. They're not ready to give of themselves what's needed in a marriage to a woman at the time that they do marry her. They're not ready to really take upon headship in the way that they need to by marrying her. And the same with some women. Some women are just absolutely not ready to be wives. Some people are not wives or not husband material. Because why? They can be extremely selfish in their ways as far as not being in the mindset to give of themselves in the way that you need to and should when you are marrying someone. They could be harboring and holding on to a lot of resentment from past marriages or relationships, so they bring in a lot of baggage into this new marriage in comparison. Have you ever been with someone who sit up and they want to compare the last husband or wife to the one they have now in a lot of ways? Well, my ex, they used to do this and this and that and that and that. And how come you don't do this, that? You know? And you got to let that go. It ain't no comparison. It ain't no comparing the two and this. You chose this person because there was qualities and things about them that you wanted, needed, and didn't want to let go of, and you loved them. So you chose this person for who they were, not because of you know they did things like your ex or didn't do things like it. Now sometimes you may end up, you find out from your last relationship what are the things that you really need yourself and that you're really looking for yourself. And so when you choose your next, you look for those things that make you happy and that you are zoning in on by finding out about the needs of self. Has nothing to do with what the other person used to do, because if the other person did it all that great and well, you probably would be still there. So there's definitely reasons why you may have gotten up out of that. But we find ourselves sometimes settling for the crumbs that we may get from people. And I see a lot of this that goes on with some women who settle for having half of a man instead of a whole entire man of their own. They settle for having half of that man. That man is not giving them enough time. That man is not fulfilling their clap needs, their intimacy needs. That man is not making them feel great as far as you know, just being there for them so that they can depend upon that man. They're not being complimented by that man. There's just, things are very sporadic and small that they get. And there may be one element of that person that outweighs the other, and they hold on because of that. You know what I'm saying? And so you start looking at the fact of, well, um, they are great with the clap, wonderful, just wonderful. Anytime I want it, anytime I need it, how I want it, how I need it, all that. But that's all we got is the clap. We ain't got nothing else. We don't spend no time. We don't do nothing with each other. We don't bring things to the table with each other. We don't plan with each other. We're not trying to build with each other. We're just trying to build upon those sheets. That's what we're doing. And it's wonderful, and you don't want to let it go. So you settle for the little piece of space that you get out of that person's life to clap, and then after that, you barely even talk. You may get a phone call every few, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and that's it. And that's men and women. Because some women just want a man around just for the clap. They don't want you around for nothing else. They don't want to be bothered with you. They don't even want you like that. They just want your clap because it's good. And then they are out the door. Bye-bye. 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 You know? So, and then the person on the other end that's getting treated that way is settling for what they're settling for. But see, sometimes people will go there and mislead you and make you think that is greater than what it really is. They'll make you think that it's about, they care about you, they got plans for you, Just be patient with them because they got this, that going on, blah, blah. They make you hold on to hope. They put you in this situation where you're hoping that things will transpire. You're hoping that they will one day marry you, but it's been 1,000 years already. You're hoping that they will one day make you their partner. If not married, we're together type of thing. We're exclusive, but it's been 1,000 years already. They're hoping that you'll take them on some fabulous trips, or you guys will set up something and go to Mexico, or take a drive to LA, or go to Half Moon Bay, Monterey. Those are not really, those are like little baby excursions just to do some Vegas, this and that. That's not really true vacations, but it's something. It works. It helps you bond and come together and blend again. You know what I'm saying? So you hope that those things happen, and they have you hold on to this hope, but it don't happen. You don't get taken. There's always an excuse. Gotta work. Been busy. Can't get the time off. Can't do this. But they find time to do everything else they want to do. And when you turn around and they want to do something, they make it happen, right? So what? You settling. You settling. You been bamboozled, or whatever they call it. You settling, right? And then you get to a point where you got to look in the mirror and you got to question yourself and say why. Y'all, I'm doing my video. I'm doing my grown folks.
Lipstick is popping.
Thank you. Excuse me, grown folks. They all in my mix right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm on. I'm up here doing my video, and they in here holding a conversation with me, but I'm up here talking about what's going on when you've been bamboozled, right? You've been bamboozled. So you turn around and you say, what in the world is going on with why I am settling? You know, yeah, that's right, Dexter, that's right. And you mislead people, and you don't really have the intent of wanting to be serious from the beginning, so you make them think that you are on that page or that element of wanting to go there, and then they sit up and they just deal with you holding on, waiting, just waiting. Mm-mm-mm. I'll wait. Yeah, they gonna do it sooner or later. They gonna put me on that zone sooner or later. I just have to be patient. I just have to understand that I'm not on the priority list right now, but I'm on the list. hmm And yeah, they did kind of let me know that they care. They did kind of let me know that they gonna do that, but I have to be understanding to the fact that it just ain't gonna happen right now. And it's not because of me. It's because of everything else they got going on. You do. I'll wait. I'll wait. So here you go again, settling. Don't go there. You're worth more than that. And you're gonna have to come at a person in a way that'll give you more, and you won't be caught up on that short end of the stick. So I say again, what's your self-worth? Why are you allowing them to do that? What are you going to do to change that? What you need to do is start putting you first. And what you need to do is open your eyes, look in the mirror, and say, well, I am worth a lot more than that. I am worth a whole lot more than this. And you need to make a stance to do something different. Why? Because people will only do what you allow them to do. That's it. That's all. That's simple. They will only do what you allow them to do. So if you allow them to keep on using you as a pincushion, using you as their own little um, convenience of when they want to deal with you and that type of thing, or dragging this on for a long period of time, and there's no relationship, there's no marriage, there's nothing that is of substantial substance per se, you're wasting your time. And I'm gonna tell you, before you know it, you look in the mirror and you'll say, wow, another decade has went by, another 10 years. I can see the age, I can see the weariness in the eyes, I can see things changing, but my situation is the same. All the people that you have not allowed to get next to you because this space holder was tying up all this space with you for this period of time, and then you turn around and now you're older and you feel like you're not in a position anymore to get anything or anybody else. You're not as attractive, you're not as vibrant as you used to be. Sometimes you may have a few ailments that's going on with you, and guess what? You end up saying, well, I didn't dealt with it all this amount of time. I might as well continue to deal with this because of all this time and effort that I've already put into it. And you're doing what? You're settling again. But whose fault is that? It gets to a point where we have to stop blaming the next, because it's not always continuously them we need to be blaming. You need to start blaming yourself for allowing this situation to continue. It's and it can cause you to have serious health issues, and it can cause you to get to a point of just making yourself very sick, stressing yourself very much out. There's a lot of people who are in dead end marriages. They're on dead end jobs. They have a dead end life, and they are just totally depressed. Each day, there's no motivation or anything for them to do anything greater. And then you ask them, well, why are you settling and still in this situation? And you could have been gone. Well, it's 1,001 excuses. Well, it's been 10 years now, so I might as well stay. Or the kids, maybe I'm waiting for my youngest one to turn, what, 18, 19, or something like that, or nowadays even 30, because they ain't leaving home before that. You know what I'm saying? So you're waiting for that time frame, or oh well, they're sick and I don't want to leave them like that, and oh well, we have property or business together and I ain't going nowhere because they can't have my share, we gonna have to fight this to the end. I mean, you got a whole bunch of reasons why you end up staying in a situation. And I don't even want to use the word reasons, I want to use the word excuses, because every one of those things I just said, there is a way to deal with them away from whatever is weighing you down and causing you to look 100 years old. That then took out all your hair, which a lot of people lose their hair and they